it was like
Heaven.
you were seeking that from a past moment.
Yeah, it reminds me of a soda they have in Colombia. It's really, really good.
Is it
Grande
It's
Rojo.
It's called Manzana.
Manzana?
apple?
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be apple flavored?
I don't know.
That's not very apple.
I didn't
That's
get
his apple
apple.
is Tim Cook. Am I right?
Ooh. Tim Apple?
Tim Apple.
There's not even
He
a fruit in the ingredients,
He
dude.
waved the flag for the F1 race today.
Tim Apple?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Tim Apple?
Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple.
Tim Apple, the CEO of Apple.
Oh.
No, Tim Apple, the CEO of Cook.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I would have said Tim.
Oh, he's here today. That's crazy. Come in, Tim.
So, Tim, what have you been working on lately? You were really good in Santa Claus. Do you want to go on about that?
Oh, he's leaving. You think you offended him?
Oh,
He sounded very offended.
he sounds sick.
Oh.
Yeah, what's wrong with this?
He was hunched over. He
He
didn't look
sounds
good.
very sickly.
He's wearing like an old, like raggedy Santa Claus outfit,
He's still wearing it.
holding a hammer.
Question: was there a white car parked out front when you got back?
No. Why?
I was just checking. I was waiting for her to leave. Let me slap that dude. I think I have a drinking problem.
Slap it. You just wanted to slap a glass bottle. I've never heard that.
Well, are we just gonna glass over the drinking problems then?
We don't have to, but what do you want to know?
No, I
What
kind
do
of want
you-
to
you
pause there
actually-
for a minute. Yeah.
Okay, we'll circle back to that.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't have to talk
We'll
about
let
it
you
now.
keep drinking a little bit more, and then
Yeah.
we'll go back to that. You know what's funny to me about this is like the fact how like all three of us look forward to it so hard, and that
When
this
it's going
is
nowhere.
well, that part, yeah, it's just like we don't do anything with it, but it's still so much fucking fun. And then
Yeah.
also like this is people's job
Yeah, this is
that we just do. We're like, oh, this
For
is
fun.
fun, you know?
Yeah, you always hear that in like other podcasts where it's like someone famous, like a comedian
Yeah.
or something. They're like, yeah, no, I saw someone at a comedy club one night. I'm like, they do this for a job? And now they're like the most famous comedian ever. I'm
That
like,
was
dude,
a really good like
I
do stand up voice. Like they do
Yeah.
this for a job.
they do this for a job. I was just there one night at the Improv, and I'm like, wait, I do this already, but these people get paid to do it?
Also,
That's
you kind
every
of sound like
comedian's
Will
origin story.
Arnett, actually, a little bit.
You got to
like,
get way deep for that.
but like the way you're enunciating words. And
Yeah.
stuff. I've been listening to a lot of I sent it to both of you, Honeydew.
Yeah, I
Joey-
don't like that guy.
Ryan
I don't
Sickler?
really like Ryan Sickler's laugh is just like so fucking obnoxious.
I can't listen
but
to it because of
Joey's fucking story, dude. He just goes through
Yeah.
like his life, and it's fucking hilarious.
Has a trip.
He's a trip, and just like the way he tells the story is just amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not supposed to be alive.
Oh, for sure,
definitely
isn't.
not.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those people who like was supposed to die and just kind of lived through something he wasn't supposed.
Well, it's crazy too because like listening to his story, you're just like, that's exactly what I think. Like, how the fuck did you survive that? Or like, how the fuck did you get off that? You know, blah,
Right.
like all that shit. His life has just been insane. And the thing is too is like it feels really genuine too. Like it doesn't sound like he's just talking shit out of his ass. You know. Yeah.
You ever think about how close to death you've been, like in passing, like a car accident or like if you're on the freeway and someone,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you were driving next to someone who crashed like 5 minutes later and killed a bunch of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of that, last week, I got gas.
Like weed?
Yeah, bro.
I got some fucking gas,
Ripped
dude.
some flour. I don't know what they say. Flour?
Yeah.
Flour
That's a
power?
thing. Yeah.
Herb,
I
Ripping
don't
it.
think they throw power at the
Ripping
end.
the herbal? Herbalife?
Or
Yerba mate, am I right?
herb. Anyway.
Are you okay?
Sorry, I was checking the text.
He's like, have you ever been really close to death? Checking his pulse.
No, I got gas, a lean, at the station,
Yeah.
you know, and then I was trying to go out. I went out the wrong kind of turn, so I had to go all the way around. Go
He
around
was
the
on
block.
the wrong side of the street.
Wrong side of the street.
There you go.
I go around the corner. By
Oh.
the time I got around the corner, there was a T-bone in the intersection. And
Oh.
a car, for sure, it rammed someone and then drove off and hit a light post. I'm like, I was
That's
gone for
bad.
like 30 seconds.
This is in Long Beach.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it happen. But I just turned, I'm like, what the fuck? But it's like, you know, you never know. You're always like, if you see a car crash, like a crazy car crash, you're always like, well, what if they just hit a red light, 10
Right.
seconds before? That would never happen.
Yeah, that's
but,
dude. That's there's been times where, like, do you guys go right when the light turns green?
not often.
Like, am I in the front or the back?
You're the first person at the light. And
I
like,
usually-
I always
usually
hesitate for
give
like
it-
a second.
Me too.
Oh,
and
I do.
I wait. Like, I was going to the gym. This was when I was still living in Huntington, so it was like a bit of a further drive. And I waited. It was like 5 a.m. There weren't a lot of cars on the road, and I waited longer than like I usually do, just for whatever reason. I wasn't even on my phone. I think I was maybe just like tired or
Your gut just
whatever.
went,
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
slow.
I'm just gonna not go right away. And then literally right when I was about to start going, the fucking guy runs the red
That's
light.
my biggest nightmare.
And it's just like,
That happened to me
What the
on
fuck?
New Year's Day one time. I was going, leaving Edinburgh Bull Street right here,
Mm-hmm.
and it was foggy. Early in the morning, I was taking someone to pick up their car, and just started going. Car next to me started going, and this Cadillac, like 80s Cadillac, just
oh, and if you get hit by that thing,
blew through the light.
yeah,
Like the car
that
next
car
to
would
us,
be fine and you die. Like,
yeah, no, it would have demolished the car to our left and probably fucked up our car pretty bad. Like,
it's
it's
so
scary.
gnarly.
I have a legitimate and not paranoid, but I think in the middle of the night when you go through an intersection that's just green, I seriously go through and I'm like,
Same.
double
for
take
sure.
quick, because I'm like,
100%.
I don't know, but it's like, what is that gonna do? I'm already going through it.
You're like, oh, at least
I
you
just
can
try to
brace. I
think-
don't know.
yeah, like-
Full on stops and walks across.
Pushes the car.
Yeah, pushes it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Driving's fucking sketch.
It is scary.
driving is sketchy. It's such a new thing for like humans to be doing. Like, it's not even what,
I don't
100 years
is it?
old. How long have people been around? And we've been walking forever. Walking's fine. If you hurt yourself walking, you're dumb.
There weren't really horse collisions back in the day.
There
I
could
don't
have been.
think.
How do you
Like, the horse
like-
is sentient, so it's like I'm not gonna run into that.
Yeah.
How long have people been riding horses? Like hundreds of
At
years.
least.
Hundreds
Yeah.
of years. Cars, about 100 years.
How long have people been riding cars?
riding cars?
The ride at Disneyland? I think it came out like 10 years ago.
Dude, I
Cars,
went to Disneyland a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fucking so fun.
That was
Yeah.
a week ago. You're
We're going.
not the time guy.
So long ago.
When it comes to how long things take, I'm
No.
good, but like my perception of when things have happened, is
Multiple
not.
times you've given me reason to believe that you don't understand how time works. And when you're like, yeah, Chard told me this like a week ago when it was yesterday.
What?
I said the other day. I didn't say a week ago.
When it was
Technically, he's
less
right.
than
It's the
24
other day.
hours. Less than 24 hours. He was like, yeah, the other day.
That's the other day.
It is you're right.
Yeah.
It is another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a
But
little borderline.
no, I'm with you. I'm so bad at that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll be like, yeah, Selena and I went there. We saw this band like a couple months ago. She's like, that was 13 years ago, and I'm like, yeah.
Somewhere around.
I don't think you're the time guy.
Yeah, I saw
What are you
fucking
good at?
Nirvana. That was sick. The other week.
Are you good at You're not good at directions.
Not really. No. Good at
North,
quick
north, south,
math.
east, west.
Math's cool.
You're good at numbers.
Yeah, numbers.
You're a numbers guy.
Numbers
I'm
guy.
I'm good at time shit when it comes to like, okay,
That's
I'll
something someone
arrive
who's
there.
not good at time would say. I'm good at
I
time
swear
shit.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm a really nice guy. I'm one of the good ones. So he's numbers guy. What are you guy?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm directions.
Are you?
North, south, east, west. I'm facing east right now.
That doesn't prove anything to anyone.
If you,
He's pretty
What does
direct.
that
He's
matter?
directionally
You have four
inclined.
choices.
I'm directionally inclined, but
You have
even
a
if like
25% chance
yeah,
of
it's a
guessing
multiple
right.
choice.
put
Like,
me in a new city, in a new location.
close your eyes and spin.
Okay,
Close your eyes and spin.
He's not a compass.
But-
And then where are you?
I would have to feel something to be like.
The
the
magnetic
vibes,
pole.
dude.
Just vibe with whatever
No, I'm
direction.
saying like if you're like last night, case in
Uh-huh.
point, we go to the Greek, go to a show,
Oh,
and
how
then
was
we're
it, by the
leaving.
way?
It was a good show.
Okay.
We saw Bonobo, fire DJ, really really cool.
Very,
But
like,
we're
African
leaving.
vibey.
And you go, it's like on the way to the Griffith Observatory. Come down, you make a left on the street. So you go south, east, and then you get on the 5 south. And I knew where I was going, and Ryan was driving, and he was like, why do I feel like that way's south and that way's north. I'm like, no, we're right. We're going south. Like I knew just because of how we came in. You know what I mean? Like,
and you were correct.
I was. Yeah.
Sometimes I will get on a freeway and it'll be like, east or west. And it'll take me 5 minutes to figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
I'm going west, but I'm going east. I don't know what's going on.
When it doesn't matter, I will fuck that up often.
Yeah.
But like when I'm like,
stakes.
I'm in LA, I need to get home. I need to remember where I came from and how to get home.
I've always just like, I think for me, growing up, I always had like, this is what I'm basing it off of. I always had like smaller cars, so I never was the one driving when we were younger, like, so.
What's the correlation there?
I never like, my directions never really mattered. I was always like.
This is because of your car size?
Yeah, because I wasn't driving my friends around a lot, so in turn I wasn't driving a lot growing up. You know?
You mean you didn't have room in your car?
Yeah, for the homies.
So you weren't driving people.
Yeah, so we would always. So I just wouldn't really care about direction, and then
true.
I also just like. I don't know if I'm going to LA. It's like, well, I'm just gonna put it into my phone because I like to know how long it's gonna take me. I like to know like.
Oh, me too.
All of that shit. So I'm pretty reliant on phone shit.
I used to before I had a smartphone would just MapQuest like
route, print it out, or just be like,
No.
okay, so look
I wouldn't
at
even
it.
print it. I would look
it?
at it. I would be like this freeway, this freeway, this freeway, this freeway, and then go to like LA, like San Diego, like so. I understand directions that way, but like.
I'm the same way for the most part. If I'm going somewhere, I'll just be like, what's the street I need to get onto the freeway? What street do I get off on?
Yeah,
I could figure the rest out.
I can figure shit out,
Right.
but it's like I might go fucking.
But he doesn't know
around,
time
you
very
know
well,
what I
so he
mean?
gets there like 6 hours late.
Like if we go to like a museum, say we like drive somewhere, 30 minutes, go to a museum, we're in there for a couple hours and come out. As soon as I walk out, I would be like, I know which way I'm facing.
That's
Like
Yeah,
some
I
people,
get turned around.
I've never thought about that before.
well, yeah, but I mean like, because I think about where the sun is at, so I'm like, okay.
Motherfucker's like, start charting. Bro, open your phone. You're out here looking at Polaris or some shit.
He opens his phone, but it's just a map of the stars. He's still using it.
Yeah, it's cool. You know where Little Dipper is, but like,
I think there's like maybe a deep subconscious part of me that just wants to know where I'm at.
it's the wolf in you. I think that's what it is. I think what he's trying to say is that he's like, deep down, I'm a wolf. He just doesn't want to tell us because it would sound weird, and he doesn't know if we would understand. So he's trying to be shy with it. But
I was just thinking about that. How like when people are, did we talk about that? Where like people are always like when they think they're part of the animal kingdom, like I'm a lion, I'm a wolf, or I'm an eagle. It's like most of you are probably like koalas, and monkeys, and just like
I'm a feeder fish,
a zebra. Yeah,
you left your bed to go pee today. That's it. You're a fucking koala.
Yeah,
there's a lot of animals, and there's a lot of animals no one cares about.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a grasshopper.
There's not a
rare
lot of
species.
tigers. Like they're pretty rare. I don't think you're a tiger.
I'm a common housefly.
Or like when people, okay, so like the whole just like internet thing where people are like, yes, queen, yes, my kings, like that shit. I'm like, not everyone's a king. Not everyone's
There's very few kings.
There's a lot of jesters in this world. I'll tell you what.
There's like 2 kings, 3 queens, and 1 king of queens. All right, like get the fuck out of here, dude. You're not that special.
But yeah, it's funny how people see themselves like that. We're just like, you teach your baby. People are like, that's my king. It's like, you could just be a fucking blacksmith. Like, he's not that great.
That's pretty gay. I'd rather be a blacksmith than a king.
I know.
A blacksmith now? Can you imagine?
They still exist. What do you mean?
Hey man, I haven't seen you in a couple years. I'm smithing now.
It's called a factory worker. It's not called a blacksmith now, dude. What do you mean they still exist? No, they
They for
don't.
sure
And Knott's
exist.
Berry Farm, yeah. Don't tell me that there's an actual blacksmith.
Blacksmiths exist, bro. Like handmade knives, dude.
That's not a blacksmith.
Yeah, they're blacksmiths.
I'm talking like, ping.
They do
That's
that
what
with
they
the
do,
anvil.
bro.
They do
Like
that
metal
shit.
work.
Yeah, Paul, go and get another one. Ping. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
That exists
Yes,
still.
dude,
Really?
You think
There are-
anvils just aren't around anymore?
I did not think an anvil still existed, no.
Tell you what, dude.
They dropped all of them on that coyote guy.
Tell me that's not a mosquito. I'm tired.
I think
of
it is.
I think it's on your arm.
Which arm? This arm?
No.
Dude, I'm so fucking traumatized by mosquitoes. all of Europe was like
Go on.
a mosquito travel
In
tour.
France, they're wearing like little berets.
Yeah, smoking.
Stupid Americans.
Like that they buzz.
Yeah.
So, tell us about your trip.
Oh.
Where'd you go? What was it? Okay, recap. What'd you do? And then all the highlights. Good shit, bad shit.
Yeah. Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Say
it right.
Yeah.
It was very cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It was cool to like be in a Spanish speaking country and like speak
speak any
Spanish.
Spanish?
Oh yeah.
You did?
The whole time. Like it felt right. I hadn't done it in years. You know what I mean? Like it felt very comfortable. Everyone was super cool there for the most part. Like there weren't any moments where I was like, dude, this place is kind of weird or whatever. Like it was all good.
In Spain.
Italy.
How long were you there?
That was like 4 days. And then Italy, we flew into Venice. And we were going to drive up to the mountains for like a day.
You were going to rent a car and drive?
This
So we
seems
did.
like
Sick.
a lot.
Dude, it was backpacking. That's what it was. Like legit, it was backpacking with more structure.
Okay.
It was exhausting. But
Were you with a group or something?
we were with
or?
Allie and her two brothers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
okay.
didn't know the two brothers went.
Yeah. So we went up to the
just
mountains because
two
they wanted to
brothers,
get like
two
shots of everything or whatever.
Yeah.
Completely cloudy. We drove all the way up there stayed there because we got there at night. I was like, I wonder what this place is going to look like in the morning. It's supposed to be like the most beautiful view.
Yeah.
Foggy.
Oh, fuck.
So in that regard, it did kind of feel like a giant waste of like a day, but then we drove back down, hung out in Venice for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Are
Are her brothers
was-
Italian?
No. What do you mean?
Why?
Wouldn't that make Allie Italian?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. People have family in Europe.
No, they're not
like,
Italian.
Why were they there?
Why did we go to Italy or why did we go to the mountain?
Why tie her brothers into this? Like how?
They went together.
We went together. We traveled together.
No, you went with them.
Yeah, we all went together.
Okay, I had no idea.
Oh, you thought we met them in Italy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought maybe
That's
she-
not that far. I mean,
like
it
I
could
didn't-
happen.
That's
But,
what I'm
could
saying.
happen.
You seem like I
feel
mean,
but, I mean,
the
I feel like
wackiest-
it's weirder that Chard is confused that they're there.
No,
like,
I didn't know you went.
Well, I
with
like
them.
that I had to change his mind that they were not Italian. I like how I had to flip that one just to clear the story
he
up.
was like, well, people have family. That
Yeah,
are,
that was
you
really
know.
That
defensive.
didn't seem like what I said.
Wait,
was
if
that
you have
wacky.
family, are you saying if you have family that live in Italy, even if they're not Italian, that they're Italian because they live there? Because that's kind of how it came off.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought like Joe has family in Greece. She has her Greek family. She has like cousins and
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Still waiting for the tie-in.
like Allie's brothers
Could be Italian.
Could be. I don't know. I didn't
Leave it to be a mystery. Who knows?
Okay, anyway.
They might be Italian.
Anyway,
Anyway.
you went traveling with them and they
Yes,
had a whole
the whole time.
Because it seems like a very
We
local
left
thing to
together
do. Like you
here.
guys fly in and we're gonna take you backpacking. Like they had the plan.
Yeah.
That's like a local thing to do.
Right.
You don't just come up with this willy nilly plan.
Yeah,
to,
I don't
like-
know why we did it that way.
Yeah. So
We all left at the same time. We were together the whole time.
okay. So that happened.
It was a mistake. But you can't change the weather.
No,
Like,
it's
you
an
can't do
ex-
anything
yeah,
about
you
it.
can't
it's an
change the
experience,
weather.
dude. It just happened.
It just
Like,
happened.
Yeah.
That's how I didn't feel like that in the moment, but now looking back,
Sure.
I'm like, it just happened.
Sure.
And it was interesting. And the fact that we were in like a Mediterranean area and then
Yes.
it snowed for a minute in the mountains and then we're
What?
back down in Italy.
Yeah.
Like it was like a mental trip. I'm like, I'm seeing too much right now. I can't comprehend what's going on. Like at a point it seemed
neat.
fake. Venice was interesting. I think
You said you didn't like Venice.
I liked the parts of Venice no one was at because I was like, oh, I can actually like enjoy this now. But
Is it like going to New York and like Times Square? Is
that
like obviously
the
you
main
don't-
square in Venice is like a nightmare.
Is that what they call it? Main Square?
San
Not Times
Marco
Square?
or
Oh.
something. I mean, it's small. It's like a tiny, tiny
Main?
little place,
Yeah.
but
Is Venice big?
it's not big.
Like
But it,
somewhere around. Compare it like Huntington.
yeah, maybe like
Seal
that, like
Beach.
Huntington Harbor area, like size wise, or maybe like Naples and Long Beach. Like it felt
Yeah.
like maybe double that.
What about Venice in LA?
It's just like that, dude. There were Jamaican dudes handing us CDs. I was like, oh, I get it. I see what they did here.
medical marijuana dispensaries on
everywhere.
every corner. A doctor,
Fire breathers.
a doctor.
The only thing I didn't like about Venice is that, yeah, in that one area, it was literally just like, like so commercial and so many people and just so many stores and shit where I was just like, this is,
Just like anywhere in the world. Kinda.
yeah, totally. Just like total
Not
tourist trap.
authentic. Yeah.
And then
Did
we
you go on a boat? Like a
had to go on a boat from the airport because that was the only way to get there.
The whole place is like boat travel.
Yeah,
they're boat people.
They're total boat people. They're people. They're beopal.
Yeah.
And then we did Florence, Rome. Both of those are super cool.
Cool.
And then London, where I got COVID. They came up.
Honestly, the Queen probably gave you COVID.
Yeah, she like left it there. Oh, there was the last night we were in London. We were only there for like 1-2 nights. Walking like back to our hotel, and I see an old guy, like a really, really old guy, taking a flash photo of a wall.
Was it Sean Connery?
No, he's dead.
Oh, is he?
Couldn't have been him. Anyways, this guy looks like Albert Einstein. He's just he has a fucking cane in his hand. He's taking a photo. I'm like, this has to be interesting. So I go to peek
of a wall.
Yeah, in graffiti it said "fuck the Queen," and he looked at me and he said, "It's a bit late for that, isn't it?" No and I went, "Oh, this is awesome."
Holy shit!
Yeah,
no way.
And I was just like, for a minute, like the entire rest of the walk home, I was like, that was amazing.
That's amazing.
I don't even know.
He did a bit.
That guy just, and then he just walked away.
That's amazing.
That guy probably died.
Did you say anything to him?
I like kind of laughed, but I was like, I didn't know if he was taking a picture of it at first because he was like, this is like ridiculous, or if he was like right on. Yeah. I didn't know what side he was on until he said that to me, and I was like, whoa.
Do you guys feel like, is it like here where, do we talk about this, where like whatever percentage of the population hates the president, the other is for him? Is it like
Probably.
it there?
I think so.
Like a majority, because I feel like a majority of people are like, fuck the government here.
It's got to be close, but it's so different because they don't vote those people in, do they?
No. I think the closest thing to it's probably like Trump, hardcore Trump supporters, because it's like you have to really care about the royal family to give a fuck what they're doing.
Are you comparing Trump to like the Queen?
To like royal family nonsense, like tabloid, where everything that they do is like
so disconnected from
that family is, I think, the closest thing to like what the royal family feels like to where it's just like you have to know everything about everyone. They're like a really high status family that you either really care or you hate them. Yeah, and that's what it feels like. I think in the UK it's probably different, just because like
I feel like
the royal family's been around forever.
You know what's interesting? Actually, I just thought about this. I feel like you see, like for documentaries and shit that I've seen like that are based in like the UK, I feel like a majority of the poor areas or like the underserved areas hate the government. Whereas I feel like in America, the poor, underserved, like southern states and stuff love the government. Because they need the system more. It like helps them out more. It's kind of opposite.
Yes and no, because I think a lot of like underprivileged areas, like they rely on it, but they don't. There's no change. You know what I mean? They're pissed.
They want the change,
right? Yeah, like nothing's really happening. Yeah. So yes and no, but
but they're like told to hate the government, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like
who?
Well, if you think about like some deep red Louisiana, right? Like super poor state, worst outcomes. Yeah, the Cajuns. I didn't want to say their name out loud. We'll blurb that out. We'll blurb it out.
Can you not say Cajun?
Whoa, dude. But like, you know, they could probably benefit the most for some help. But I think that they're, you know, the people in government that are like overseeing that part of the world, they probably just tell them, you don't want the government around. You know, like they get kind of inundated with like government's bad. Well, they're in your shit. Like you don't want them around. You want like small government, whatever. But truly, what they're saying is like, you know, we have your best interests in mind, but it's like a weird kind of
unfortunately,
paradox.
Unfortunately, the situation in America is like where a majority of Black people are. It's poor areas, and you know, like I feel like speaking as a white person, I don't know entirely, but like Black people, I'm not Black. Black people are told like
keep speaking for them.
Fuck the police, fuck the police, right? Like they don't like cops, you know, which in turn leads to like fuck the government type shit.
Right. Which I think is fair. Yeah, it's fair. Why would you trust them? They haven't done anything for you. You know what I mean? But
you ever think about the prison system and like that whole world? Like I just found out that
for-profit prisons,
people have dogs in prison.
Huh?
Like as pets.
What do you mean people? And the dogs are human?
People go to prison. What do you mean people?
No, I mean, are the dogs other people?
No.
You're my dog?
No. I mean, no. Pets.
Oh, like actual human.
Actual
have actual
canines,
dogs.
yeah.
Really?
phones and just food, like just all this
I've seen them on TikTok before, the prisoners in TikTok. I've seen Prison Talk. So I kind of had an idea that they get cell phones.
Talk a thing?
Dude, it's a thing.
I see this guy on, I don't have TikTok, but I see him on like my, you know how YouTube does reels now?
Yeah.
I see him and he always makes like prison food.
Oh,
like, and he's not in prison anymore?
Wait, was he used? Did he used to be?
Used to be. Yeah.
No, it's just a cuisine he likes.
Yeah.
He's really into the culture.
At home, he makes prison food.
It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, when he was like,
he'll make like a hot plate, like plugged in, but with like a fork or something. Like
super like melting plastic.
yeah.
One thing that was interesting in Italy, I think like when we were in Venice, they held an election in Italy and elected like a fascist leader as their like prime minister.
Hell
Did you vote?
I tried to.
You should have.
I tried to, but
you slip him a 20.
yeah, I thought that was
American.
I'm not technically from here, but
yeah, I'm down to vote. I'll vote for whatever.
I feel like they should slip you a 20 to
do
swing
what?
their vote.
I changed my mind.
No. Like bribing people to vote. It's like I'll fucking sign my name. Just give me like 20 quid or what do they have
in Italy? Quid.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were talking about
pounds.
London. Yeah. What's Italy? Euros?
Yeah, euros.
What, francs or French?
French.
France.
That was kind of a pain in the ass. We did go, obviously.
You went to France?
No, we went to Spain, Italy, London. So that kind of sucked. We had to.
You had no good food.
Dude, London. Oh my God. I've always had the opinion that British food is savage.
Yeah.
Not my thing. Mushy peas, not my thing.
Is that literally just peas?
It's mushed up peas. Yes.
That sounds delicious.
It sounds delicious.
You didn't have porridge. What's it called? Porridge? Have you not had porridge?
I'm pretty sure that's like a
world thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think Colombians have porridge.
I mean,
they just mix cocaine and water together.
Yeah, dude, they make a sludge.
It's more of a sludge there, yeah.
And then they light it with a lighter or whatever they do. I've seen that on Intervention. Spain had amazing food. What are you talking about?
I'm just talking shit,
dude.
Italy.
Why are you talking shit, dude?
I'm just talking shit.
Speaking of Italy, okay, so you went and got Italian food here.
Oh, you don't even get me started on that. Oh my God. Okay, so there's an Italian place like right down the street from us. We go to it all the time for like takeout, but we were just in Italy. Italian food wasn't the first thing on my mind. I had enough of it.
Right.
But we're like, all right, we'll go. First of all, Italian food, so expensive. I never go to get Italian food.
I never.
Italian food here.
Here.
That's what we were talking about. Is I never get Italian.
I expected everything to just kind of be expensive in Europe. It was so much more affordable. I couldn't actually comprehend that. I'm like,
it's almost like better to live over there.
Oh my God, we should.
It's.
Should we move there?
I think so. It's kind of hard. I think.
No, they just voted a fascist into office. I'm good.
We're about to probably. I mean, it's gonna happen here too. Just give it some time, dude. But yeah, first of all, very expensive.
Yeah,
and then I just realized like maybe once a year I will be at a restaurant eating Italian food. I don't think it's like a restaurant thing for me. And you were saying the same thing.
Okay, are we talking like Italian food, like not Olive Garden?
No, not
like real Italian shit.
Yeah, like Buca di Beppo, real.
If you were to go to like an actual Italian restaurant that's not like a chain Olive Garden.
Yeah,
or something like
there's an Italian spot we eat at frequently in Anaheim.
I feel like I've always cooked.
Wait, is it that one spot we went to that one time?
No, but that spot was rad too.
Yeah, that was the first time I had Italian food out, and I don't even.
But we brought it home.
And that was like what, a year ago?
Yeah. That place. There's like three. Actually, now I think about it, there's like 3 Italian spots in Anaheim that we've eaten at, and they're all really decent. That are not like chains.
Well, it's good. It's not hard to make good Italian food.
But I just before that, like I haven't had a lot of Italian food before that. So I think that's why
it was just never like a restaurant experience for me growing up.
We just make Italian food at home.
Right. It's like a home thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously it's great. It's a lot better than you could make at home. But
So it was too expensive here and not that great.
So expensive, and it's the same. I mean, and nothing. There were very few things that I ate there that I was like, whoa,
really?
This is blowing my mind right now. But
so it wasn't like a food trip.
It was. It really was. Like for me, everything is a food trip. But Spain probably had the better food. I think food trip, dude. It was a food trip.
A trip on food.
New podcast, Food Trip.
Oh my God! I just texted Cayman the best band name because I was talking to Ryan and Max last night about the Dead Sea Scrolls, like the old ancient text, like religious text. And someone fucked up. I think Ryan said Dead Sea Squirrels. I thought it was the best Fucking
kinda
band
like
name.
that.
And then I replied with Sandy Cheeks.
That seems like a 90s ska band. Like they opened for Real Big
yeah.
Fish, Dead Sea Squirrels.
Dude, that's funny that you say that because we went to a show help me with time.
Sunday.
8
We
years
went
ago.
to a show on Sunday.
We did a show a couple months ago.
Oh, you went to that thing at the Garden?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
Oh my
Cool.
God, Show Me the Body was so sick.
Really?
So good.
Show Me the Money was really, really cool.
Yeah. I like tried to, we were sitting because Garden Amp.
Yeah.
So we were sitting like probably in like the third row.
Pretty close, yeah.
And I just like hand charred my shit real quick and just run off and throw myself over the fence. And I smack both my legs on the fence because no, it wasn't on the fence. I got over the fence, but there's a big gap.
Hold on,
between the
did you
fence
sneak
and
in?
stage.
No.
I was trying
it's
to get
like
on
the-
stage.
Like the railing.
Oh, on stage.
Yeah,
I'm
on
at the
stage.
fence. I'm like, huh?
Sorry, on stage, there's like a fence.
The railing.
The
guard.
guardrail.
So I hopped over the fence and I smacked both my shins on the stage, and then I get like tackled on the stage, and then he just like
Yeah,
throws me
people
over,
had been
but-
like climbing on stage already.
But I ran, so he like saw me running. I was like, oh, this would be good. Like he's not looking. Like
I didn't even know that there was anyone looking for people.
He was on the
Whoa.
left. Yeah, I saw him, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe if I just hand my shit, like, and just kind of randomly do it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I got tackled.
Didn't go
on
well.
stage. It didn't go
Didn't
well.
go
And my
well.
shin still hurt. Like,
And you lost your bracelet.
yeah, and my bracelet got ripped off. I don't know if he ripped it off, or I don't know if it got lost
It's
in the
just
pit or
gone.
what. But
Oh, I kind of want to wish that there was footage of that. I kind of want to see that.
I have it in my brain. It was really fun. You had, you had
footage
a,
in my brain.
you had a
called a memory.
smile on your face the whole time, though.
Yeah,
yeah,
least you
it was
enjoyed
great.
it.
It was so fun.
You getting
That's
he,
great.
he grabbed you
Yeah.
and like shoved you off, and you're just like, it was
Yeah.
good.
Because I'm seeing Turnstile in like a week or something, like a week and a half.
I'm so jealous.
And there's
Buy me a
like,
ticket.
yeah, if there's one. Oh, you guys want to go? Maybe
Where?
Shrine.
When?
It's on a Wednesday.
Next
I don't
week?
care.
No, the week after. Not this one coming up. The one after.
Not
Second.
in a couple days after
Right.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be down.
But I've thought,
Just don't work.
duh.
I can work. It's after.
It's a
work.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I can get
No,
work.
I mean the
can-
next day.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, but you have to
I
work.
could not. I could work. I don't work Monday, so I can always just.
It's worth it for the
be like-
pit, dude. But there's a part of me
I
where
don't
it's like
even
there's
like
two.
pitting anymore.
No, there's two
That's
parts
the
of me though where I'm like, oh man, like, am I still? I know I'm not that person anymore.
No, I'm
but
not.
what if I was? You know what I mean?
Well, that was my thought. Okay,
right.
so like whenever
and that's what happens to you. You fall
when-
on your shins.
Yeah, whenever I drink at shows, I always want to jump off the stage. That's literally like I swear to God, I'm always just like I'm gonna do it. I was battling with like when I'm gonna get on stage the entire time.
Just
we
the
were there for
anxiety.
Show Me the Body
Yeah.
set. I was like, when am I gonna do it? And then I finally just went for it. Like literally every time I staged over to fucking Wild Reed's concert. Like I got
I
on
remember
stage
that.
and like jumped into
it
the
was
crowd.
everyone was standing.
Did someone catch you?
At a small,
Kinda.
No.
It was next to the glass house.
Yeah, it was.
The
There
small
wasn't a
venue.
stage. I jumped off
Was
one
it
of
a
the
characters
monitors
or something? Like that small bar?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. So they just had monitors, and the stage was like
Right.
this
Yeah.
high.
I know the place.
So I like
He tried to
went from
stage
the
dive
corner-
there.
Stage dove or stage jumped?
I
tried to-
jumped off the monitor and like landed on top of people, and no one.
No.
obviously
You
caught
didn't
me.
Obviously.
land on top of anyone. No. You like. You just jumped at the crowd
Yeah.
because no one was having it.
I like
And
the
the-
idea of Cayman attempting a stage dive at concerts that it doesn't belong at.
That's dude.
There's no reason for you to
I
be doing
almost
this
did
right
it when we saw Men I Trust, which at
Oh my
Coachella
God.
2 years ago.
Most mellow
which is the most
band.
mellow band. I was like, Chard, should I fucking get on stage dive? He's like, no, and I'm like, but I want to, and he's like, don't do it.
Oh
Literally,
my god!
I
know.
was looking out
Shows,
for you.
shows,
Like, no.
shows, and drinking, and
Hey,
me just
that's
mean I'm getting on stage and jumping. into
Bad
the crowd.
mixture for
Yeah.
sure. I feel that.
I think you got to read the crowd. I thought you were fine. You were fine at Show Me the Body.
Yeah, everyone else was doing.
That would have
it.
been, which they cut short.
Really?
Dude, I
Yeah.
messaged them on Instagram. I was like, "Did they cut your set?" And they replied, "No."
Oh, really?
But they played for 30 minutes, but they had an hour block.
They just
Maybe they just
stop
said
playing.
that on the thing, like time to time.
Yeah, but their set is 30. But they didn't play like a lot of the songs I thought they were gonna play.
Well, that's like a stroke show. They're like, you have an hour 15. He's
That's
like, I have 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think I'm playing, but I'm giving you 45.
Well, that's just Julian Casablancas.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I met the lead singer of Show Me the Body before. He was
I saw
yeah.
that photo.
fucking-
That was before?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was hammered.
he was
He
fucked
was
up.
hammered. I see he walks by because earlier in the day he walked by us a couple times. I was like, oh shit, that's like Julian from Show Me the Body. And Chard's like, I don't know what you're saying. And
Well, those are words.
yeah.
That's a sentence.
And I'm like, you know me, I get obsessed with shit.
I'm
and
just
I
nodding
learn
to
who
make
every
him happy.
person
Yeah.
is, you know. And
Cayman's like, his father's name is George.
yeah. So then we're sitting there before their set, and he's just like just vibing on the corner of the stage. By vibing, I mean just like hanging his head over the
Being
fucking
hammered.
Yeah.
And I was like, Chard, should I get a picture with him? He's like, yeah, I'll take it. So I go up to him like, hey, is it weird if I get a picture? And he just goes, no. Like all fucked up. And I was
barely
like,
talk.
sick. All
He's
right,
playing
cool.
a show in 5
And-
minutes.
yeah.
So he
And
can
he
barely
goes,
talk.
what's your name? And I'm like, Cayman. He's like, Julian. And I'm like, nice to meet you. It took everything in me to not be like, I know who you are.
I know everything about
And
you.
then we took the picture, and I was like, hey, man, like, I'm really excited for the show. It's my first time seeing you. And he just, like, nods at me, like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God.
My first time seeing me too.
And then he gets on
Cayman.
stage and did not seem hammered at all.
No, it
like,
was totally fine.
fucking
Dude,
killed it, dude.
that's that rock star shit. You get on that stage, you're not
And
drunk
he's
anymore.
just sober.
Yeah.
It
Weird.
was crazy.
I mean, he wasn't. It just comes out, I think.
Yeah.
If they
You
just
can
channel something else on a stage. That seems like a very
just fucking
good
playing
feeling.
banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah,
I
so
would-
that's
that
why
will
you don't
catch you
know
off
who they
guard.
were.
Literally
I
had no-
forgot.
that would be like saying like, oh, I know this band Death Grips. You want to go see them? Like they're kind of hardcore, and you're like, okay, and it's just
And then
Right.
seeing Death Grips, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine
That's
that
kinda
was
what
kind
that
of a
was-
shock for you.
He raps, and then that's all you get, or something like. Yeah, no, he,
Yeah, it's a
he's-
rap group.
He does some rapping.
okay. So if you told me Death Grips is a rap group, and I go to one of those shows, I would be
would-
like,
Right.
no.
If I have any inclination that we are at a concert and you don't know who one of the groups is, I'm just going to give you the smallest detail.
The
You know?
least important detail, I
Right.
feel like.
Right. The least one that will just throw you off.
That's pretty fun.
I feel like that's
do
exciting.
Can you imagine seeing Krongbin and being like, oh, yeah, it's just like a three-piece.
Yeah.
From
Just a
Texas.
three-piece from
a
Texas.
three-piece from Texas, and you throw in Texas, be like, oh,
yeah.
it's probably going to be like kind of country.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you see them, and it's just like...
Very good band. Oh.
I'm now feeling like I'm loving live music again. It took me a second after COVID,
Yeah.
or when things started opening back up, where I was like, it was weird. I like didn't feel it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about crowds. Like, took me a second, blah blah. And like last night, the last show we went to, like,
Yeah.
I'm now feeling again like, oh, I just like being
Dude,
in
it
front
took
of live
me...
music.
I, like, the entire, like, COVID thing, like, people canceling shows and all that shit, like, I was dying. Because that's what... When Celine and I lived in SF, it was like... We didn't really have anyone. We had Julio... Like, we had one person to hang out with, so we were, like, going to shows and stuff like that and seeing bands.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and it was like... But that's kind of what Celine and I have always done, is, like, go see shows. It's, like, super fun for us.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, COVID happened, and that first show back when we saw Joyce and shit like that, that was...
Yeah,
I've been hooked again ever since, and it's like I had to I literally deleted my Instagram strictly because it was just like bands just like posting shows. It's like I want to go to all of these and spend money and shit like that.
I like
And it's
didn't
I'm
want to
trying
go.
not to.
I didn't like. I wasn't. I would have to like go like pretty drunk already to like deal with the crowd. I think like the crowd situation for me was like weird.
Also, the situation that we were on Sunday, we were hanging out on Sunday before the show, and
yeah.
Selena and I were gonna leave, and then because Selena didn't know any of the bands
Right.
that were playing, so she always does that shit though. Like she'll just go to shows with me, like for bands she doesn't know,
That's
just because
awesome.
I want to go.
That's
And she's
super
like,
cool.
Yeah, cool, let's go.
that is very
No,
cool.
it's fantastic. It's like it's great, but
pretty uncool of you, but very cool of her.
yeah, if she was like, hey, I want to go see this band that you don't know, I would go, obviously, but she never does that. It's
Right.
always just me, like,
So it's the band you want to
hey,
see.
I'm going to buy these tickets. You want to go? And she's like, yeah, sure. So on Sunday, we're hanging out or whatever, and then basically it just comes up that, oh, Joe doesn't have anything to do, so...
We just switched off.
Yeah, I was like, Selena, do
I
you
got
want to like,
that
hang out with
vibe.
Joe? And then Richard's like, yeah, I'll go to the show, like, if you don't want to
When
go.
he was naming off all these bands, and she's like, I don't know what any of that means, and I'm like, I'll go.
That's
You
a
hang
window.
out-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a window
you
to
hang
go.
out with Joe. She's not gonna want to do anything. Like, you guys hang out,
Yeah,
chill, and
it's
we'll
awesome.
go do this.
See, I felt like I had had that switch turn off with music before COVID. Like
Me too,
I hadn't
kinda,
gone to
yeah.
shows.
Well, for listening to
forever.
music,
same thing.
For listening
Yeah.
to not live shows, I've always loved live shows, but Chard and I have been talking about that a lot. It's just like, it's hard.
Totally.
It's hard to find a band that hits the same. And Selena was talking about that the other day too, and you were as well, which is odd. Like we haven't had bands that really like listen to it. And you're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah. I feel that.
I hate to bring it up again for the fucking third podcast in a row, but LCD Sound System was like the first band in a really long time that did that to me. Yeah. And it's like, but now I still feel like, okay, now I'm not bored of them. I'm still listening.
When you find it, it's great. And to some aspect, I would say that like if you start to lose like that, you know, that care for music, or you don't find that like deep emotional tie to like certain music. When you do find it, it feels so much better.
Oh, it's great.
You know what's really nice that I've been doing is like Idol is one of my favorite bands. Mm-hmm. I like still love them and listen to them a lot. But what I did is I revisited, because I found out about them before their Tiny Desk, but I saw their Tiny Desk and I was like, oh my God, this band's like fucking... That brought me really in, so I revisited that, and that like brought it back to me. And I did that last night with Mac Miller's, obviously like another one of my favorite artists. Like last year, I was listening to his music nonstop, and then this year kind of slowed down. Whatever, still listen to it, still really love it, but I revisited his Tiny Desk concert, which obviously I knew about him before that, but that was just like such a great performance. I revisited that and it brought it back.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it's like going back to when you first found out about a band, or like listening to a song that you first found out first found out about them. It's like cool. Brings it back for me.
I had that with the Doors recently. I just told you, I was like, I heard a song and I was like, oh my God, this is good, dude. This is so, and I just went through their whole discography for like a week straight. I'm like relearning history and just all this shit and listening to interviews. And I'm like,
I did it with.
You give me shit for doing stuff like that, but
no, I already knew about. Okay, I had already done my time.
Cayman's weird. He figures out about bands.
Chard wrote a whole book on the Doors.
I had done my time doing music research. Okay, I knew a lot of this shit. I'm just freshening up.
I had the same thing with Hendrix like 2 nights ago.
We were talking about Hendrix.
Because that was, you know, and I started tapping back into like when I was a kid and I used to listen to all of this music ad nauseum and I knew everything.
Yeah.
And then, just listening to the other, I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like,
are we all coming full circle a little bit?
We are.
I think so.
Well, you know what's funny is like at work, so like my dad and I work together and he's always like, oh, put some music on. Like my dad can't work without music. And generally I go towards like the Doors or like Jimi Hendrix and stuff. So I never really like lost that.
Yeah.
I feel like I still have that pretty much every day, like those old bands. But like listening to like Zeppelin 4 or something like that is just like I'll still I'll go back and like listen to Dark Side of the Moon like a bunch, like just all
I think
the
it's
way
always
through,
cool
like,
to listen or like actually take the time to listen to it, and you know, as you get older, like at different ages and stuff, because it's a different feeling. It really is a different feeling. Some like for certain bands or like certain albums, like it is a different feeling.
That just happened with the Red Hot Chili Peppers because the Anthony Kiedis podcast came out. So I was like, I put on their show at Austin City Limits, and I just put it on the background. I was cleaning the house, and I was like, this fucking slaps, dude. This band is so rad.
Good.
Yeah. And I was like, it was live, dude. They come out and they're just like, and then they like go into hits, and I'm like, I would go to one of their shows in a click,
dude.
We saw, so it's crazy because like I always had appreciation for them, but like never, like my brother really loved that band, and I was always like, yeah, they're cool, you know, like they were just they were just there. Right. You know what I mean? Like Chard and I were talking about that. They've just always been there.
They've always been around. They just didn't bleed into maybe your interests or whatever, but they've always been around.
Yeah, they're cool, you know, like Scar Tissue, you know, great song, like Mother's Milk, great album, like all that shit. So when we saw them in 2019, it wasn't like a thing that I've been like longing for, you know, but then I saw them and I was like, oh, okay. You know, like,
so I had, now obviously you guys know me, I had been longing for that.
Yeah.
For
you like Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Like it's his only tattoo.
I know.
No, I was going to show him it's removed. I got it laser cut off.
You did?
No.
Oh.
I just turned it into a circle.
Just black.
Like when you get a swastika tattoo, when you're a Nazi, you turn it into a box.
Well, actually, it started as a swastika, and then I turned it into the Red Hot Chili Peppers thing. But then I changed from that too, so I just figured let's go full circle, literally.
Nice.
No, but I was longing for that, and I was disappointed.
Really?
I'm a John Frusciante truther.
That was right before he came back.
It was right before. That was their last show with him, with Josh. At the time, that was the last U.S. show with him. Yeah.
Wait, Josh played in that show?
Yeah, and he was out of the band like 3 shows later.
Oh, okay, so I got it mixed up. I thought that was the first show or the last show they had without him.
And then John Frusciante came back,
but
in that COVID right after, because we saw him like a couple months before COVID, right?
Yeah, was that 2019? February 2019.
Yeah. So
September 2019.
I had been waiting for that forever, and then I was like, yeah, okay. And then I saw him again on the newest tour with John Frusciante, who I had dreamed about seeing him play for my entire life. And yeah, I was like, okay, this feels right. So for me too, like listening to their newer stuff, it definitely, that band probably more than any other bands makes me go back to a place that I can like really sit there and be like, I remember hearing this. I remember where I was when I heard this, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And hearing the new stuff too, it's like a feeling that I haven't had from bands in a long time where I'm like, it makes me feel a certain way of like, it's like a comforting feeling of like, oh, it's this again.
See,
and I'd waited so long.
It's interesting for me because like the first bands I got into were bands that either don't play anymore or like are dead, you know? So it's like the Ramones was like, I remember being like my first favorite band. And that was like what I was really into because my mom showed me the Ramones and like my brother and I were like super into them and stuff. And it's like
Blitzkrieg Pop.
Blitzkrieg Pop, yeah.
Yeah, that's Ramones, everyone.
That's a song. That's their song. They only had one song.
Yeah.
So it's like re-listening to that, it doesn't like, I don't know. Like I still have always loved them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I can't get back into them fully because it's like, they haven't released any new music that like hits that vibe or something like that though, you know, like it's, I don't know, it's a weird situation.
It's always good when you find out things you never knew existed from that band though in the past. Like Ramones for sure. Like I'll listen to them and be like, I didn't know they had this album and this is like such a different sounding thing. But like, yeah, it's so weird. Especially with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I feel like that's kind of a band that I don't like to say that I like. You know, people have very strong opinions about them. So forever I've always been like, yeah, people hate this fucking band.
And I don't know why.
I get it.
It's like a love-hate thing.
I get it.
Well, do you get it just because when bands become popular that other people start hating them? Or
I think that there's like, if from like an outside looking in perspective, I can see people, I think that they're corny as fuck. I think they think Anthony Kiedis is corny as fuck.
I mean,
and
I
singing
just
about
learned that
California,
he is kind of fucking corny.
He is super corny.
He's great. The dude after that,
but it kind of made me like him even more. After that.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
He's authentically weird.
I had never listened to any interviews or like anything about him, and then I heard him on Joe Rogan, and I was like, I love this band. Like, he's great. He's a great fucking guy.
It's a band. I mean, they are nothing like Led Zeppelin. They are not on the same level. No one is.
I would kind of hold on.
They feel the same way in the sense
I would kind of argue that,
but in a different way. I feel like there are a lot of parallels in terms of like these are musicians who are, to me at least, on a different planet, and together they are something that it couldn't be outside of
like
that.
a supergroup.
In a way, they're.
I mean, I look at the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm like, you
have the best drummer, bass player, and guitar player, in my opinion, on the planet right now.
Like they were the. And like the first band to kind of like do all this like funk infusion and like all that stuff.
They're so like telling of the 90s and just like that energy. They're just like sporadic people.
And then you add Rick Rubin into the mix and they're like such a weird like flavor. He's almost like the fifth member a little bit. And like, it's something that just can't exist without that formula, which is why I felt like it was kind of off when Frusciante was not in the band.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's like Blink.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I saw Blink with fucking Alkaline Trio Fool, whatever his fucking name is. And I was like, this is cool.
It's a cover band.
It's a cover band. Exactly.
Cover band.
And then Tom comes back in, and I'm like, I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it.
Too.
I knew it was either going to happen last year or this year. Like, I literally was telling myself, he's going to come back. He's going to come back. And then he comes back, and I'm like, fuck yeah, finally. They released this song, and I'm like, pretty mid, but all right, I'm with it.
I had the same reaction.
And then I was like, oh, okay, they're playing a show at fucking Bank of America or whatever, Bank of America Stadium, and Turnstile's headlining. Oh my god! Or
supporting it,
is opening. Sick.
Damn, Blink's opening for Turnstile.
Jesus, dude, Blink is the first band.
So
out of like 10,
I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go. And then Dallin was like, all right, I'm gonna get on the pre-sale. Yeah. Right? It was, and then you said, oh yeah, pre-sale is fucking $700.
Yeah, dude, it was like 300 plus for a ticket.
And then, it was 300 plus for a ticket. And the next day it was $700.
Was even worse.
I looked, and now it's like 800 plus. And what happened was Ticketmaster bought all the fucking tickets and just said like, oh, here's what we want to.
Dude, you know what they need to do? Like if a band like that comes back and be like, we're selling tickets.
But they probably
They
could.
can't because Ticketmaster's in with all the venues.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
But I
Ticketmaster,
feel like
Live
they
Nation,
have that. Fuck that. Then they go play small shows.
They're not going to do. They don't make money as much as
Do
we
they
want to
need
think.
to make the money?
As much as we want to think that it's not about money, it is, bro. Like,
Okay, yes, like a comeback tour is like maybe.
Look, Eddie Vedder was trying to do what we're doing here like 30 years ago, bro, and he didn't succeed. All right.
Yeah, but he.
Shetty Spaghetti was out there in like 1993. Be like, they're the evilest fucking company.
If Blink-182 or Red Hot Chili Peppers was like, we're selling the tickets.
We're playing in the desert. Find me, bitch.
Like, people would be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? This is never going to happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Well, who sells? No. Okay. Well, there's.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the Strokes thing
No.
about how we are like, when are we ever going to see them again?
Well,
bands
bands will do that. Okay, I saw My Chemical Romance last week, guys.
Oh, yeah. Wait, okay. What?
Why? Great question. I had the same thought.
Only question.
I have never been into that band.
How did you end up
Allie
They're
is.
branding it as a reunion tour, and I went, reunion? They're going to keep playing.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait,
they will.
they broke up?
Yeah, they didn't play
they
for like
haven't
10
played shows
years.
forever, dude.
Didn't know that, but
Okay, but that's the move, I think. You have a farewell tour.
Yeah.
Money, money, money. You have a reunion tour. Money, money, money.
You know how many
The Stones have
you
been
know
doing
how
this for
many
30 years.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You know how many times the fucking I was gonna say the Who have played reunion shows
Oh, yeah.
or farewell tours or Ozzy too.
They should just start calling them legs of the same tour that started in like 1991. Like Rolling Stones farewell U.S. tour, and this is like the 800th leg of that tour.
2002.
Yeah, they just haven't stopped touring on that one tour.
Yeah.
They have a T-shirt. It's all the like dates.
It's not dates, it's just years.
It's a fucking trench coat. That's what it is.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of trench coat, I saw a trench coat guy at the bar.
I got really nervous with what you just said.
Yep.
Trench coat guy in a bar?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah.
What bar?
The one I work at.
Did he have a
okay.
feather in a fedora?
No, but he had a really okay. You know what the craziest thing was? Is he came up to the bar and
Did
I was
he
like,
come
"Oh,
in
this
by
guy-"
himself?
Yes.
Sketch.
So he comes up to the bar and he has like a really nice haircut, like slick back. He looks
More
Of course,
he looks
of course,
cool.
it's slick back.
And I'm like, all right.
He look is he good looking?
Okay looking. Yeah,
Oh.
for sure. He's like a normal looking dude. He's not like hunched over or anything like that. So obviously I can't see his trench coat from the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't see people's feet.
You see his
So
head.
I see his head. So I didn't even help him, but later on, I'm like outside because I'd been working for a really long time. So like, I'm just going to stand outside for a minute. And he walks by and I'm like, he was wearing a trench coat.
Was it three children in one trench coat on each other's shoulders?
You see that
Here's
video?
my ID. Yeah, it's fucking
It's
7-Eleven.
like I would like a ticket for one person, and it's like obviously two people.
Yeah, I see it.
Love that.
But yeah, I was like,
Did you talk to him? What's up?
No, I was just imagine a normal looking dude.
No, I would
And
walk
then you're
away.
I
like,
can't
oh,
imagine
okay.
a normal guy in a trench
And
coat.
then he no, but you don't know he's wearing a trench coat, and then finding out later he's been in a trench
That's a
coat the
betrayal.
whole time.
Was
That's-
it open?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
he wasn't.
I don't know if it's buttoned
I don't
up.
think he
It's
was hiding
weird.
anything,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just saying. Like,
But like just rocking a trench and like in jeans,
A trench
and
coat is a
t-shirt.
look.
He wasn't wearing like a trench coat outfit where he could like be stylish. It was
still
just,
kind of
like-
weird. Was he in cowboy boots?
No, he was in like fucking Skechers.
Even weirder.
That's what I'm saying.
Commit to
Yeah.
the full like outlaw in the 1800s look, or don't.
yeah.
Or like, I don't know, be
Trench-
high fashion.
A trench
High
coat.
fashion.
If you tell someone the word trench coat, their heart rate goes up a little bit. I think
That's exactly what I've been thinking this
Yeah.
whole story. I'm like, okay, I
and
think
then he
when-
pulled out a gun.
I said, "Don't come to school tomorrow."
what I think it was is last night it was like misty. Was it like drizzling out?
Yeah.
This was Friday. I saw Trench Coat Man.
Oh, this wasn't last night. Oh, I'm just because people use any
It was
excuse-
normal temperature.
Do you think that
and
there's a
weather.
correlation between mist and trench coats?
Well, no, Californians, Southern Californians use any excuse for like drizzle, mist
To wear
and
a trench coat.
to wear like the heaviest furry like
sure.
winter coat they have.
That's true.
Like he thinks like, oh, New York is fucking
PSL
raining.
season,
like,
bro. You got to bust out the jacket.
Yeah, when it's still 85 degrees out now.
Yeah, half the state's on fire. They're like, "Oh my god, so cold."
Oh my
today.
god,
so cool, so chilly.
I need a hot chocolate to warm myself.
Hot chocolate,
When was the last time you had a hot chocolate?
Usually,
a
Selena and
real
I-
one. I don't drink milk, so like
every
Oat
year,
milk hot chocolate, dude.
every winter.
Yeah,
Selena and I,
every winter.
what are you, pilgrims?
when the storm comes along,
Every
This
solstice.
president called it the cold, the chill, the freeze, the great freeze. Do you drink it when you like you pick the last harvest of the year? You guys have a celebratory hot chocolate. And then you and all 8 of your children eat corn soup for dinner? It was either going to make me sound
way cooler or way more sus, but...
Are you decorating a Christmas tree?
Oh my God.
Because that makes sense to me.
We put peppermint schnapps in our hot chocolates.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
All right,
you should have started with that.
Hold on. You mean like you said every winter?
Yeah, when it gets cold, we start having spiked hot chocolate.
So like one day out of the year?
For the entire season of winter?
Yeah.
For like 3 months. And then he just switches to tequila in the spring.
Yeah.
I get it.
Shit. Yeah, that's hot toddies and
I love
spiked
hot
chocolates. That's usually
you know what I really like
now
too? Mulled wine. Had mulled wine in Vancouver last winter, and it was great.
I don't know what that is.
It's just hot spiced wine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
Mulling spice is like allspice, cinnamon, and
clove.
like clove and stuff like that, and then they just let it fester.
Yeah.
Wow.
That kind of seems like it's growing bacteria.
That's
I
why
wouldn't
because it's
drink
called
that.
mulled wine. Get it? I was doing, but it's spelled differently.
Fester, like mole fester?
I don't. Okay.
Who's mole fester? Is that it's like from
Are
the
you
Addams
mole
family?
I don't think I like seasonal drinks, and more so winter drinks.
I love seasonal
Hold
drinks.
on.
Look
You
at
just
right
said
here.
you don't like a
I have-
giant, broad term of drinks.
I have
That's
the-
what I'm saying.
I have the winter spice cranberry Sprite right here.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like you said, hot toddies. You're talking like peppermint schnapps and your hot cocoa. Like, I don't. Just give me the same thing all year round.
I think they're
You don't have
available
seasonal-
all.
you
You
don't
can
have
get peppermint
seasonal-
schnapps.
I get
in
it. It's like
June.
in the summer you drink a gin and tonic, in the winter you drink.
Do you?
When
White
was the
Russians.
last time you had a gin and tonic?
I had one.
Probably over the summer.
I had many in Europe. I found a love for gin and
I
tonics in
love
Europe.
gin and tonics, but I just didn't.
I didn't know. Also Negronis I had never had. And now it's my favorite drink.
Love
Love
Negroni,
Negronis.
dude.
Which also a gin drink, but like I
Yeah.
guess I like gin now. That's my thing.
Dallin's
That's what I
a
came
gin
out with.
guy.
I came out with nothing else other than I like gin.
Love that.
I take nothing else back with me from that
How
trip.
was- how was
No
your trip?
memories, no nothing.
I drink gin now.
Honestly, I think that's what it was.
That's fucking
I was
tight.
talking last night. This
I love Jameson after my trip to Europe last time. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
It changed me.
It changes you.
yeah.
To an alcoholic.
Are we gonna come back to how I'm an alcoholic?
Oh yeah. Should we dive into that?
Dive into that.
Do you not have the cabinet booze anymore?
No, it's gone.
Because you drink it?
We didn't have any. I had some beers left over.
Oh, I thought we had
Are
the
you
bottle.
concerned with your amount of drinking? Is this an intervention?
No, I've just like last week and a half ago.
He's been drinking a lot the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, just events and like time, just free time I've had where it's like I drank 4 days in a row last week.
Like getting buzzed or just drinking a lot and nothing was happening?
Buzz to like pretty. I didn't wake up with like hungover, fucked up. Like it didn't fuck my days up, but
I drank last night. I got home. Selena and my roommates came into the bar, and
I'm doing the opposite of sober October.
Right.
I've been doing mainly sober October, but
So
last
business as usual.
Said he drank last night. Well, for him, it could have been 3 weeks ago or a month ago. Could have been up in October.
Yeah, he's not much of a time
Doesn't
guy.
know.
but I had like I don't know 4 beers last night.
That's
Woke
normal.
up fine. Yeah,
we
woke up fine.
we saw that scary movie Smile last night.
Oh, how was it?
I hated.
Have you guys
every
seen the new
minute
Halloween?
of-
No.
Yes.
Ass so bad.
Thank
so
you.
bad.
It
Are
is-
you kidding me?
All right, hold on. This is going to be a topic.
When's the last time you saw a good one?
The first one.
The 2018
The
one.
first one was great.
Fantastic.
The second one was terrible.
It was
and the
meh.
third one was worse.
so bad.
What was the 2018 one?
Halloween.
It was all right.
I
So
think it was
was
called Halloween.
it was the
wasn't
continuation of the second Halloween. So it was the
Okay.
whole Jamie Lee Curtis story.
okay, got it,
All right.
got
So the first one, fantastic.
And
You're
then
like,
we saw the second one last year. Halloween.
Yes.
kills.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
The one where he just kills an entire town.
And then what was
That
this
was
one?
okay, right? It was
was-
okay.
it
And
was
this
okay.
is
It
ends.
It wasn't good.
But
This is ends.
But I gave them some slack because it was a COVID movie.
Yeah.
Maybe they had to make some sacrifices. I get it. It wasn't what they wanted it to be. That's what I'd heard.
okay.
Then the third one comes out. You've had all the time in the world to make
I was
this right.
so excited for it.
And it was
Because last year,
so bad.
Selena and I, we watched Halloween Kills
Yeah.
together, and then Selena and I went on a whole binge of like the OGs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I said at least
And-
there's one. At least they're ending the story next year, and it's going to be better. That's what I. The second
That's
I saw that second movie,
yep.
I went, well, at least they're making another one. It's going to be great. It is pound for pound the worst
It's
Halloween movie,
so bad.
and there's one about like conjuring from a witch.
We watched it, and like watching a movie, I never am thinking in my head like, I wish this would end. Like I always try to give it a chance.
I
right?
felt that way with the second one.
I always try and do
Dude,
that. And this movie, I was watching it, I was like, I literally turned to like
for the first 20 minutes. Allie and I were looking back at each other like this can't be the
yes,
movie.
exactly,
and then
dude.
At about 20 minutes in, we looked at each other and we went, "We're just going to treat this like a comedy," and it was so enjoyable at that point because we were like, "Oh, like they already outed themselves very early on in the movie that this was going to be shit."
Spoil
Yeah,
it. Spoil it for me. I don't care.
Okay, so there's
How do you even talk about this movie?
okay, so
I understand the premise of
Michael
Halloween.
Myers has been gone for 2 years,
Okay.
right? 3 years?
Okay, so in the last one, is it play off the last one?
Yes,
where he's
the
like
last
stuck in
one-
the basement. She like
No.
traps him
Whoa,
in the house.
That was the first
That's
one.
the first one. You didn't see the second one?
No.
Oh, we watched the first one. Oh, you didn't even see the second one?
Let's keep this very, very, very high view. He survives that.
Okay.
And
And
then
then
he
survives
kills
again.
everyone in the town.
The second one.
Yeah. The whole town tries to like rally against him and he just kills them all. No
love
one could
that.
get him. No one.
I love that.
A town of what? A couple thousand people?
I was like 50.
He just straight up like 1v1 everyone in that crowd.
That
Killed
seems
them
like
all.
a good movie.
So then the third movie, you're like, all right, he's still alive. He gets away.
Who does he kill?
In what?
The new one.
So the whole thing
killed the
now
whole town.
is that there's a kid or like a younger guy
Yeah.
who gets bullied by high school band members.
yeah.
This is
He gets
really what
bullied by
happens.
high school band members.
He's out of high. He's like 20 something, and he gets bullied by senior high school band members in the letter jackets and everything. And
and,
there's
and you know they're band members because one of them's always twirling drumsticks.
drumsticks.
They're like, yeah, we just rehearsed our show.
They're a
And, like,
marching
You
band.
rehearsed your homecoming
Okay.
show, bro.
Sidebar. I just watched Drumline. Already a better movie than
Imagine them bullying a serial killer.
like was. Okay.
So they bully him.
Is it Michael Myers?
No, they bully just some
Oh, some kid.
His
young
name?
man.
I don't
even remember.
I don't
dude.
even remember. It's
Anyways,
how fucking-
this
what's
guy-
called Jeff.
This guy ends up accidentally killing somebody.
That was before they started bullying him.
Yeah, he ends up accidentally killing someone when he was younger.
Did
a
you
kid. He was a babysitter.
You weren't watching Dahmer?
So he accidentally kills
He was gay.
the young kid that he was babysitting. So now he's like the baby sitter killer,
okay.
right? So then years later, like no one wants anything to do with him. So then everyone in the town knows that that's who he is.
Yeah.
So he gets bullied by, band members. Who doesn't?
Right.
And then, kind of becomes like an incel a little bit.
Yeah.
What is that?
And you don't know what an incel is?
Okay, don't treat me like
You
I'm
don't?
a fucking 50-year-old man who doesn't know what incel. What is incel?
Incel, I think it stands for involuntarily celibate. They're like,
He's a loner.
people
like,
who
no one likes him.
You could have
so-
said outcast.
no, but it's a different kind. It's like incels are people who like don't have relationships with women and then they resent women. And then like they're
Okay.
you have to Google incel. It's great.
misogynists.
Okay.
But this guy ends
me
up
trying to think like, am I an incel?
this needs to be titled Chard is an incel. Chard finds out he's an incel.
Alcoholic incel.
Anyways, this young guy
Okay,
ends up getting the band members push him off of a bridge. Okay.
That's where you go.
They push him off a bridge. He wakes up and he's dragged into a sewer where none other than Michael Myers has been in this sewer for 2 years.
For 2 years. That's what fucking got me is the fact that Michael Myers been living in this sewer just like directly under the town
Yes.
for 2 years. What has he been eating? What has he been drinking? Like
No,
all of these things.
You have to accept that he's not
And
human. None of that matters.
He's
anymore.
very weak. So this guy wrestles
very
Michael
weak.
Myers.
Wait. You mean he floats into a sewer? You
No.
said he was
He gets
dragged.
by
The
Michael Myers.
kid gets dragged
Oh.
into a sewer
Okay.
where Michael Myers is there, and he's basically like teaching him to be
Michael Miles?
Michael Miles is there, and this kid starts becoming like the new Michael Myers.
Oh,
And he
okay.
kind of in the beginning accidentally kills people, but then he like wants to kill
Turns into,
people.
like,
Yeah.
So then there's two Michael Myerses,
So,
They
you
like
know.
go on missions together.
and he
too.
drives a motorcycle. He's very dangerous.
so it's like Batman.
It's so bad.
He
bro.
brings in a kid and he's
Yeah.
like, come fight crime or kill people
So
with me.
the movie,
Fight crime.
I'm pretty. So that kid ends up dying,
Oh, he died.
and then
dies.
Michael Myers ends up getting thrown into like a
Dude. Okay, so the entire time. Okay, so the
the
kid.
thing you crush cars in.
Yeah, the kid who becomes the new Michael Myers for like 20 minutes. His dad owns a junkyard, and every time they go to the junkyard, they pan over this machine that crushes cars.
Okay.
And the first time I saw it, I turned to Selena. I'm like, someone's gonna die in that.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
You're
Someone's
right.
gonna
They're
die
not
in
gonna
that.
show
I knew
it.
the first fucking time they did it, and then they did it 3 more times. Like every time they go,
Hinting at it.
They weren't
Dude.
even trying to hide the fact that this is
They
what
were
this movie's
feeding
gonna be.
it to you.
Jamie Lee Curtis
Spoon
kills
feeding.
Michael Myers. They throw him in that machine.
Yeah.
After after they tie his body to the top of a Ford Focus wagon and drive it through the city.
And they pass him like he's Jesus through the town. Hold on, can we talk? All right, because there's a very specific scene in this movie where I'm like, why? Jamie Lee Curtis calls in a suicide against herself, and then someone walks in and she goes, "You didn't think I'd actually kill myself, did you?" And then she kills the kid. And then Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter is somewhere else in the town, and the cops call her. "Have you heard from your mom? She reported a suicide, called in a suicide herself like an hour ago. Where were you?" She called the cops to say she's going to kill herself.
And the cops are calling her daughter.
They called the daughter like an hour later.
"Hey, where's your mom?"
Oh my God.
So you need to watch
also, hold on. We forgot the whole really important part. Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter is having a relationship with this new Michael Myers person.
Of course. Of course.
It's incredible. You know the podcast, How Did This Get Made?
No.
It's a podcast where they talk about
how things get made.
The shittiest movies.
Oh. Is it on there?
What's his name? Jason Mantzoukas? Is in it?
Jason Sudeikis.
Bateman?
He was Adrian Pimento on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What else was he in?
Rafi.
And Dr. Andre Nosedick.
Yeah.
They're both.
Who's his wife?
Dude, he has a really attractive wife, doesn't he?
No.
She's the other person on the podcast. It's those three.
Who's Andre's wife? Hold on. You know what's his name?
In the show?
No. What's his name? The actor.
I think it's Paul Scheer.
Sounds right.
Maybe? Paul Scheer?
Anyway, keep going. You were talking about the...
Do they have that on their podcast?
Yeah, they do a yearly one with Adam Scott where they do the new Fast and Furious movies. Every year there's a Fast and Furious episode with him.
Amazing.
I'll send you the podcast. It's
I could
incredible.
Just find it.
No, I'll send it to you in mail.
It's fucking what's her shit from the lesbian doctor from...
That's who it is. Yeah. From New Girl.
I didn't get that from New
Lesbian
Girl.
doctor from New Girl.
Do you know who she is?
No, I got 2 seasons in.
Oh.
Bro, it's the best.
And I loved it. I just stopped watching.
New Girl?
Oh, yeah.
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
Feel good. Love that.
Going back to the movie Smile, I don't like things that
that's what we're doing.
I don't like things that are slightly not natural. Like when people make a weird face that's not natural or they move. Yeah, so
they're like
paranormal shit?
Here's my number one, probably top fear.
Chard just pulling out a tooth. It's digging in his mouth.
My teeth are rotting out.
old people who are very frail who start to move like they're young.
Oh.
It's fucking terrifying. And then this movie is just people smiling very unnaturally, like fucking terrifying smiling.
Freaky big.
Fucking Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Duh.
So scary shit. You don't
Very
like
scary shit. I hate horror.
Scary shit?
So here I am. Second row in the movie theater. It's the only thing I can see.
That's a terrible.
That's too close.
Terrible seat.
Oh my God. But there was a trailer right before the movie.
In the movie?
About a show called Megan.
Winnebago?
No, it's called Megan, but the E is a 3. Okay. And it's basically like
it's 3 Megan Foxes.
Child's Play.
Yeah.
But with like an AI doll.
Oh, what?
Like an AI doll.
Oh,
and there was a scene in that trailer, you have to watch it, where she starts doing like this dance, the doll, and it was moving like a human being doing a TikTok dance. And I literally yelled out, "Oh, fuck no." I could not handle that.
In the theater?
Dude, it scared the living shit out of me.
Oh my God.
And I was actually, Ali had to tell me to stop talking during the movie because I kept just saying, "Oh shit." I'm the worst person to see a horror movie with, but I was so fucking scared. And then I just had that trailer in my head the whole time. And I think it just goes back to you were talking about drinking last night. The only way that I knew how to deal with this was to just keep drinking. I was like, I can't do this.
I don't do horror movie shit. I really like psychological horror movies, like The Witch. Is probably my favorite horror movie, and just
thrillers,
just
suspenseful
weird.
things.
The entire time you're just uncomfortable. So that's why I really like The Witch. So lately I've been getting into more horror movies. We watched Hereditary.
Never seen
that movie is
Ali was
fucked up.
Ali had watched it. She told me of one scene in that movie, and I said, I'll never see it in my life.
Was it the telephone pole?
Yeah.
That movie is so good.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good. I just can't do it.
It's so good. And actually, like after, of course, I researched it after I watched it.
Learned what the director did.
Yep.
Where he started, where he went to school.
Yeah, it is.
Who this man is. What his brain works
like.
It
is the reported scariest movie ever, because what they did is they put 150 heart strap monitors on people, and they did a study to show to do their heart rates and stuff, and it had the highest.
That one?
Yeah,
really?
It had the highest heart rate of other horror movies and shit like that. However, they did. I don't know I'm probably butchering the study, but that's what they did. It's scientifically the scariest movie.
I knew right away I cannot do that movie.
That movie was. My sister was like, "Oh, would I like it?" I'm like, "Don't watch it. You can't."
Damn, is it really that bad?
I've always been told that The Strangers is the scariest movie.
The Strangers was fucked up. That was one of the first movies where I was like, "This is why I don't like horror movies."
They break into the house and stuff.
With masks and stuff.
Yeah, but you know why that's scary? Because it's
it's real.
It seems too real.
Yeah.
That's the shit that fucks me up. It's this could really happen.
Yeah, when things are too unnatural, I'm always like, okay, I can
now I feel like I'm pretty I'm okay with horror movies. But the thing with horror movies, originally why I didn't really like them, is they were just kind of cringy.
Yeah.
It's
there's some really bad ones that are funny.
They're let's scare the girl you went to a movie with, so she'll turn her neck towards you or something.
It's I don't know. But I kind of fuck with them now a little bit.
I kind of do too. To me, yeah, it's which I think is the whole point of horror movies in general. It's something that I don't want to see, but I want to see it. You know what I mean? It's something that you really don't want.
It sounds like we're all slowly becoming psychopathic.
Yeah.
I've known that.
I like the blood.
I've been well aware that there's something in me that I'm trying to stay away from. But I'm horror movies have never really interested me, but now I'm always yeah, I guess I'll watch.
Yeah. Well, now
why would you seek it out?
Movies
doesn't make sense.
Scary movies just fuck me up because I'm if I am nervous to wake up and live during the daytime because a scary movie fucked me up the night before, that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Halloween, the original Halloween, where it's during the day you don't feel safe in the safest time of day. It's I don't want that. Now I don't think about it. I understand. I'm more situationally aware of things, so I'm that's not gonna happen.
Really, you can get yourself out of that? I feel like I can't.
Move. Halloween, just get out of town.
I think the thing that creeps me out the most is any movie where it's someone's being followed. I can't shake that feeling of if I'm walking at night, I always think someone's behind me.
Sure, that seems pretty natural.
That movie's just playing to that fear.
Most of the world, you should be scared of walking around by yourself at night anywhere you are. That natural background fear that people have, that seems pretty real.
Yeah,
humans have just found a way to
that makes sense.
Elevate it to be scared of everything all the time.
Yeah,
not
my thing.
Yeah, I don't like living in a state of fear.
America.
Hey, you've been welcome to America, brother.
Yeah, it's pretty scary here.
Speaking of America, was Kid Rock now? And wasn't there a reason we weren't going to be able to go?
October 1st.
Also, Sean Connery died on Halloween.
Did you Google while we were doing this when Sean Connery died?
This Halloween?
He died 2020 Halloween.
No, he died in the movie Halloween.
Yeah,
it was a real killing.
A real one. Film. Yeah.
Chard's an alcoholic.
Nah, dude, you're just thirsty.
We blast over that 2 times? Oh no, you talked about it a little bit.
No, we had a chat. We had a chit chat.
We had a chat about it. We're over it.
I'm fine. It's fine.
He's fine. He seems fine.
I'm in therapy now, so I could just bring it up then.
Yeah,
it's church.
It's an excuse to continue to do.
You just apologize for your sins of drinking too much, and the Catholic Church.
It kind of is.
Fine.
It's kind of a way to just brush your hands clean with the things you're doing.
In therapy?
No.
It feels more of my way of doing that, because it's people bottle shit up. It's if you can just say things to people unjudged, that's great.
The process of finding a therapist was too much to where I was just fuck this.
I feel like I got really lucky.
You should use BetterHelp.
I tried that.
Really?
Didn't work.
No. I don't know. I just hear a lot of the podcasts are sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yeah, that's why I tried it, but
I'm in a weird zone where I'm I don't want to fucking talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Should I? Yes. I absolutely should.
Am
I willing to do it? I don't think so.
But that's fine.
It is and it isn't.
Sure.
It is and it isn't. I've always used therapy as an outlet just to talk to people, which isn't the point of it.
I feel like that's exactly what it is.
Not what I was trying. I guess what I was looking for The times I've done it is not what I've gotten out of it.
Were you looking for people to validate you?
Yeah, I guess.
Like you weren't hearing responses you wanted to hear?
Therapy has always felt like it was just someone I was talking to, which in some ways is good.
Yeah.
But in other ways, I'm not challenging anything. This is someone who's just listening to me. And for me, just to have someone to listen to me is fantastic.
Right.
It's great to have someone to talk to. That's great to have like thoughts get out of your head.
Sure.
But
it wasn't fixing anything?
It wasn't fixing
anything.
And if anything, it started to become for me like to a point where it's like this person's agreeing with everything I'm doing.
Oh.
Or everything I'm saying.
You kind of wish they would have challenged it
100%.
differently? Yeah. That's interesting. I'm not. It's like none of us are therapists, so we don't understand.
You really do have to luck out, though. You like it is. It's
yeah.
almost more intimidating to be like, I'm going to do this, knowing that there's a solid chance I don't click with this person, and I have to go through it again.
Yeah,
I deal with fucking insurance or whatever.
It's fucking annoying because it's like you have to open up and be vulnerable, and it's like this isn't clicking.
Yeah,
and then it's like now I don't want to start over.
My fear of like having to rehash starting from somewhere with multiple people is like enough for me to be like, I don't want to do this.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, bummer.
Anyways.
Sorry.
That sucks.
Well, it sucks for you, bro.
Anyways.
You should figure it out.
I'll do it.
Oh, shit.
All right, well.
Is that it? That's a really positive note.
Tim Allen's back.
Love you guys.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I think I'm done.
All right.
Are you not?
No, I'm feeling good. I just want to hang with my boys.
Hour 20.
I think we're just talking. I don't like we're just talking.
All right.
We're just talking.
Well,
Skibidi-beep-bop-boop-bop-a-doobidi-bidi-bidi-bidi.